You've seen them along our highways and roadways, touching memorials to people taken from their families too soon. What Thomas Farella does when he sees one, that's what makes him the subject of this month's Making a Difference segment. For most of us, they're a blur at highway speed, out of the corner of our eye, places of remembrance, forgotten as soon as we pass by. Yet places never forgotten by those whose loved ones died there.
They may not be sacred for you or me, but it's clearly sacred for the family of the victim and friends of the family.
Photographer Thomas Farella has spent more than 20 years of his life photographing memorials to those who suffered a tragic death.
These things, if they're not maintained by families and friends, they're going to just dissolve into the landscape. The photographs keep the memory alive.
He's photographed nearly 100 roadside memorials all across Wisconsin. He uploads the photos onto his website, where the images are preserved and where family members can post memories.
It was a yellow light, and motorists didn't see him at all, and it was a horrible accident, and here we are, remembering him.
Since 2013, John Prim's family has decorated the ghost bike left in his son Brendan's memory. It's captured in Farella's photographs.
Even when this bike is gone, that memorial will live on through the wonderful work of the photography that he's done.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, my perfect angel is what you are. This poem is so personal. The volatility with these sites, the personal nature of them, you know, the power behind them is very impressive. And it's not so much the photography, it's really the stories that are behind them. This is probably 30 feet of fresh flowers. I've never seen anything quite like this.
When time takes over, when the flowers fade away, the photos will remain.
It keeps the memories alive on a more permanent level because these things are going to dissolve.
Memorials can also serve as important reminders.
I've been photographing this site for, oh my God, 5+ years.
20-year-old Jonathan Wilson was murdered on this spot on Troy Drive in 2011, an act of gang violence.
I tell that story as often as I can because it's so important.
A crime that led the police department to assign David Dexheimer as neighborhood officer. He looks after the memorial site and even got a local nursery to plant a tree in Wilson's memory here, hoping to also plant a seed of peace.
The potential for the same thing to happen is right there. And that's the other reason these things have to be important, because kids grow up, they don't remember this, they don't know about this, and it's like, no, the reality is if you are messing with guns and fighting and all of that, we could be planting a tree for you.
What inspired Thomas Farella to start this? In 1991, 2 girls were hit and killed in front of Madison East High School. Dr. Thomas Farella was working as an ER physician and treated one of those girls before she died. He was moved by their roadside memorial.
Ever since I stopped at that site, I realized there was something powerful about these places.
Now retired, Dr. Farella is still trying to help others heal.
Eventually, you know, nature's going to take its course and people are going to forget, but the photography and the website will always be there.
And next month, you can see Thomas's compelling photography for yourself. His exhibit, entitled Not Forgotten, Wisconsin Roadside Memorials, will be on display at the Art and Literature Laboratory on Winnebago Street in Madison from May 5th through the 27th. There will be a special poetry reading inspired by his photos on May 25th, just before Memorial Day weekend. Now, Farella will be giving the portraits of the memorials to family members when that show is over.